How's it going, people? It is Liam Caddison here with another episode of Once Upon a Time as we get into episode 4 for season 3. Looking forward to continue this season, which has been very solid so far as the search for Henry continues with a little bit of assistance with Tinkerbell as she made her debut in the last episode, and we got to see how her and Regina didn't have the best of relationships, understandably so in terms of why, you know, Tinkerbell had not a great reception when it came to her acknowledging Regina was in Neverland. So yes, but yeah, things looking forward, I guess, with Neil landing in Neverland. Of course, there is the prospect that Emma and co don't know about the fact that Neil survived, let alone he being in Neverland right now. So it's going to be very interesting to see his participation, because we know that Neil's had an interaction with Pan before, as established in the penultimate episode of season 2. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to getting into this episode. So with that said, let's get into episode number 4 for season 3 for Once Upon a Time. Let's go.
Maybe if I ask nicely.
You may have grown up, Bellfire, but it would appear you have grown up stupid.
I have grown up. I don't know if I'm stupid or not, but I do know I know how to tie an overhead knot.
Dang!
Not a boy anymore, Felix. I sure as hell ain't lost.
He's moved on from that Lost Boys day.
You've always felt more comfortable behind a mask.
You were the only one.
It's me, really, with the face masks.
Past the mask of the monster.
Then why put it back on now?
I need the monster, Belle. It's the only way I can save him. And that's what I've decided I'm going to save Henry.
Prophecy states
To stop
that
the monster,
Henry
you have to
will
become
be
a
your
monster.
undoing.
It's the poison they're dipped in.
Dream Shade, Hook warned us.
Good. Because one nick and you'll spend the last one.
And someone else.
Equal death. We got it. Now, when can we put this rescue mission into action?
Yeah, like,
ready to go.
you not being in
Just
a
as
good...
soon as you tell me the exit plan.
You need to tell him, David.
You do have an escape plan, don't you? And the other guy, well, there wasn't enough left of him to find anything useful. This is what Pan does to people.
Oh,
he
that
employs.
smirk,
What do you
wow.
think he's gonna do to you? I'm not sticking my neck on Pan's chopping block without a way off this island. You
To be
figure
fair,
that
I
out,
can't blame
you know
Regina
where I
after the
live.
torture she was put through. So.
I'll get her. Bring her back.
Don't, she's right.
Oh! But is he gonna think this is all an illusion? Because... yeah.
And nothing will stand in my way.
Please, Papa.
He's real. He's the real deal. Oh, that was painful.
I know you're hiding it from me.
This is what's going to be concerning with Bay, like,
Many of our children went missing last night.
if he is
lured
here.
from their beds by some unholy music
What kind of music?
from the pipe. Only the children could hear it.
Pied
Some of
Piper?
them tried telling their
Pan is too powerful. You can only beat him if you're willing to die. Which I am.
Risk everything. Oh.
What if I told you there was another way?
Then we'll take it, because we're not losing rumps. Wait. Oh my... Did Neil just release the Kraken? Oh. Oh boy. Oh, lightning. I just saw lightning. Ooh, I don't know if you guys can hear that. I love lightning, by the way, so it's just like...
I told you the truth. You're never making it off this island alive. And this is between us.
Yeah, but they got a right to know.
It's Henry.
You could die in your sleep because of this poison, and... it's all because you did, and you wouldn't have told them. Is that the Piper music? Oh boy. Time to pay the Piper.
We both know who I really am. Been a long time, laddie. Glad you can make
Yo!
the show.
Yo, Pan was... Oh my god! Pan was the... Of course. Peter Pan the Piper.
See me, Rump.
It's gonna take a lot more than a magic pipe to take my son.
The only thing magic about this pipe is that
Just
only
give it
certain
like a
boys
few
can
months or
hear it.
whatever.
Boys who feel unloved, boys who feel lost. I guess that's why you can hear it, Rump.
Oh my goodness, that's
Don't
really...
pretend to know me.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Oh, I think I do. Beneath all that power, you're nothing more than an unloved, lonely, lost boy. What are you willing to do to get him back?
Damn, it's just so interesting seeing some kind of like
Oh, I understand your
like
upset.
development on the Lost
Most
Boys
parents'
and
worst fear is that their
Pan,
child will be
etc.
taken away from them. But that's not yours, is it, Rumple? No. You're not afraid Balefire will be taken from you. You're afraid he'll leave. After all, being abundant is what you're good at, isn't it? Everyone you've ever known has...
It's a map. To where?
Home.
Trying to get back home. Oh, that's really inventive for Neil. Oh, dang. Go to sleep, people. Bedtime's here.
Or Balefire. If you remembered nothing,
I remembered plenty. That's why I didn't coat the tip.
Oh, nice. Nice plan.
oh, how about that? I'm impressed.
He was
Are you
10
sure
steps
you're
ahead
ready
of
to
you,
save him,
buddy.
Bay?
What could be worse than leaving him here with you?
Why don't you ask your father?
To do the right thing and save Henry. What did that really mean?
Balefire.
It's Neil! Now stop dodging and tell me what's going on.
He needs his answers. You thought you lost him once, you gotta be honest.
And she told me of a prophecy.
You had to save him. After what you just told me, I'm supposed to believe you?
I won't lie to you, May. Self-preservation has been a nasty habit I've had my whole life, but I came here to break it, to do the right thing, and to save your son.
I mean, this is it though. He was adamant about the fact that he wasn't going to
You have to trust me.
see Belle again because he knew where his fate lied.
I'm protecting you.
You're gonna regret not taking my deal, Rumple.
Ooh, but this is it though. He's witnessed these two before, so
He may have wanted you to think that, but you have to believe me. He would have hurt you.
Why? Who is he? I would have chosen to come home. I would have chosen you.
Oh.
If only you asked. Maybe we could have found a way to be a family again.
We can be.
Ow. But this is it. Pan gets the last laugh.
You're my happy ending. This is. Because it's my redemption. I can be strong, son.
Dang, this is
If you have faith in me.
this is painful. Like, because you could really see it.
You left your own son behind for the power of that dagger. How can I think that things would ever be any different?
Oh my.
Neil,
Oh
what are you
shit.
doing?
He's doing.
Find
Oh.
Emma and the others and get the hell off this island.
Boy, but she is so upset. We have to give.
We've been bleeding her. If you died, I would not be able to move on.
Yeah, this is why you gotta say shit, David.
Say, every day we're here, something bad could happen, and if it did to me, I'd want you to move on, to continue to be happy.
Stop throwing the seeds there, David, and tell.
Nothing. It's like you never left.
He's saying he let me go.
Wow.
I'm I'm saying everyone's where I want them.
It's all part of the long game, really, isn't it?
Something to chew on. You know where to take it.
I gave you a reprieve, basically.
Oh, don't worry. It won't be for very long.
Self-preservation, isn't it? Rumple.
His mind's just defaulting to...
Habits can be broken.
Yeah, it's just his mind's defaulted to that habit.
Go away, pal. I don't want to talk right now.
It'll start to come true.
How do you know?
Because that's what I did. And now you're here. Neverland used to be a
Yuck!
place where new dreams were born.
You can shove your manipulation up your ear. Just adding extra layers to this sinister prat. It is very, very interesting how they've just blended that. I mean, it's not the first time that Once Upon a Time has blended, like, fabled characters into one. But it does, you know, give you that notion of how dangerous Pan is, so... Yeah. But yeah. It's really, really sad, the whole situation with Neil and Rumpel. But I'm just really worried about how things are going to go with Neil, yeah. So, because this is it. He shot himself. I'd say he shot himself in the foot with, but I can understand. Given the whole prophecy, and it's not like this isn't Rumpel's first offense in the eyes of Neil, so it's a sticky, complicated, and yeah, difficult situation. So yeah, great episode. That I feel like has done really, really good wonders in terms of developing for Pan's character. He's certainly a very, very interesting adversary, especially with, I don't know, the kind of mapped out mindset that he has, especially when it comes to Neverland and people leaving. He's always been adamant about the fact that you can't leave Neverland unless I say so. And, you know, he allowed Neil to make a, I guess, run for it, and it's all because of the fact that it's like a little reprieve. You haven't truly left Neverland because you've come back here. So, I just really love how he can seep into cracks and can really twist the mind, I guess, not just with, of course, his instrument, but also with his wordings, his manipulations. It's very, very sinister and well acted, and so far I'm really loving this iteration of Peter Pan, which, as I've said, they've merged with the Pied Piper, which works. You got Peter Pan, you got the Pied Piper, PP, so yeah. But also in terms of being able to cater to people to you know, follow the music, with some very, very good explanation about the fact that it's not heard by everyone. So there will be people who won't be hearing the music, but Pan can play, and it will reach those who feel unloved, and those who, you know, feel lost, hence the Lost Boys. So it was great to see some kind of origin story for the Lost Boys, as well as Pan's, I guess, first recruitment mission, in terms of gathering the Lost Boys, because I think those people were the first of the Lost Boys, hence why he said, hey, you know what, how does the Lost Boys sound? But also he did mention about the fact that Rumpel is still feeling that, hence why he was able to hear it. Rumpel is still feeling some kind of unloved semblance himself. And not just that, but we also had more mentions, because there's been setups for Pan and Rumpel's interactions from, I guess, before season 3, and I guess this episode kind of gave a little hint to that in terms of Rumpel meeting Pan in, I guess, the Enchanted Forest flashbacks. But there's also, it seems to stretch back further from beyond that, and I'm really excited about the prospect that in a future episode we could potentially get to see a child Rumpel, because of the fact that Pan, because Rumpel said that he's had dealings with Pan when he was essentially Bay's age. So I'm really excited about the possibility that we're going to see a young Rumpelstiltskin at some point, probably somewhere this season, if Pan is seemingly the main enemy of this season. So yeah, but yeah, I'm really excited for that prospect because it's a side we've never gotten to see before. And I don't know, it's kind of giving me vibes of, I guess, Snow White, because we're so accustomed with Mary Margaret and at the age she's at right now. And we'll have those little moments where we see a child Snow White. So yeah, so I'm really excited about that potential happening. But yeah, I'm really loving, like I said, the kind of psychological advantage that Pan is siding with, because he really made sure that Neil would attain information that he would ask Rumpel about, and that's about the fact that, oh, your dad might have a little secret, so yeah, you two can waddle along, but. And this is it, though. This is all going to his long game plan, with the fact that he is spreading seeds of doubt into Neil's head, and Neil will be inquisitive about about what Pan said, and thus we start to see, I guess, shit hit the fan, basically, between Rumpel and Neil decides to dart off on his own. Pan takes Henry back. Yeah, so it's all part of the plan, and at the minute it's 4D chess for Pan. So yeah, and now he is now we're getting Henry that's kind of warming to him, and it's all falling apart, and I don't like it. I hate it here, and it's like, but yeah, it was, ow, I just banged my knee, so that's great. But yeah, it was really great to see Rumpel and Neil reunite as well, and obviously with Emma, she had a little moment where she confessed that she never stopped loving Neil, and there is that hurt that she portrayed. So yeah, I'm really hopeful that we get to see them two reunite, and Emma can get, I guess, would this be her third chance, I guess? Because she got the second chance last season, but we had Tamara, who was the bane of everyone's existence, let's put it out there. And now, with her saying she never stopped loving Neil, Neil's at Neverland, so is she. They're bound to cross paths at one point, and hopefully she can, act on that third chance. So third time is the charm. So yeah, but yeah, like I said, it was really great to see Rumpel and Neil reunited again, because I think that's a big one in terms of if you want to see a reunion, you got to have them to reunite. First and foremost, I feel, given their layered history and the fact that Rumpel earlier said in this episode that his life lacks that meaning, and of course with that prophecy it's discarded, but now it gets revived, and it causes a whole load of commotion, because obviously and understandably Neil is appalled at the idea that, hey, we could just Henry could just be offed for you to preserve your life. But this is it, though. It's not like because prophecies, I'm always a sucker for reading so much into prophecies, whether it's on the Buffyverse, whether it's on anything, Doctor Who, etc. And it's not like the prophecy said, yeah, Henry's gonna kill you. Basically, he's gonna have you dead. His involvement, you're gonna die. Anything like that. The prophecy just says that the boy will be your undoing. And obviously Rumpel is so convinced that the boy equals Henry. But also, undoing is an ambiguous word itself. Because, like I said, it's not like the boy will be the cause of your death. It's a very intricate way of keeping, of potentially misdirecting people, because what exactly is undoing? Is it his life, or is it something to do with Rumpel? Is it the fact that Henry will be the responsibility of removing the Dark One from Rumpel without the fact that Rumpel has to die potentially? Because I'm just thinking when the seer confronted Rumpel about that, about the prophecy, he was fully consumed into the Dark One and was so spiteful, etc. So yeah. So was she speaking more so to Rumpel, or was she speaking to the Dark One? So that's some kind of food for thought, I guess, because, like I said, prophecies, they can be tricky little buggers, and this is another case of that, with the prophecy of the boy will be your undoing. Doesn't necessarily say death, it just says undoing. What that indicates, yeah. So, like, especially when it comes to death prophecies, like, they are very, like, it's not what you, it's not what it, it's not what all it seems, basically. There's always a little twist, like the whole, like Doctor Who, for example, he will knock 4 times, and we all had an idea of what that was going to be, but it wasn't that, for example. It took a completely different direction, and a completely unexpected direction. So this idea that Henry's going to be the responsibility of Rumpel's downfall or whatever, death, etc., as Rumpel has fretted about in this episode, it could be something more than that, because Rumpel is a powerful character. So what if it's not so much about, Rumpel's death, it's about the fact that he will lose that power. And yeah, so that's my thought of this whole prophecy at the minute, because we're not going to get rid of Rumpel, and it's not going to be as simple as Henry's going to be the reason why Rumpel's going to die. So yeah, but and I'm thinking the Dark One, especially with the fact that we've seen how the Dark One's power can transfer from person to person. As we saw in a flashback episode of season 1, I forgot the number, but I'm not sure if it was I don't think it was episode 9, but yeah, we've seen it in action before, and yeah, I think there might be a way for the Dark One to be removed from Rumpel without him having to die, and thus Rumpel can be the person that Neil wanted to see from him. Power consumed Rumpel, and that caused a lot of concern for Balefire, obviously. And with the removal of the Dark One, there can be hope, because now that power isn't consuming him. So the question is, who would, where would the Dark One go to? Like, where would that power go to? That's another kind of worms to open, but it's all a matter of if this prophecy, if my thoughts regarding this prophecy turn out to be true. I could be far off. I could be very, very cold at this moment, but it's just a feeling in terms of, like, there's no way Rumpel's going to die from because of Henry. There's got to be another way, and so far the Dark One is currently the leading mindset that I'm thinking about regarding the boy will be your undoing. So yeah, but David, tell the group like, I am kind of getting low-key frustrated because they need to know, and I get that David's looking out for their best interest, but I'm just, it could be a case, it's not going to happen, but what if he died in his sleep from this poison? And there's this big dramatic thing that happens because of the fact that he didn't tell anyone, and everyone's distraught because of the fact that they might have been able to help him. I mean, it is difficult to, like, try and remove what Dream Shade, isn't it? Yeah, it is difficult, as we've seen before with episode 16. It is a bit of a hassle itself, and there's seemingly a no guarantee, there's seemingly a no hope option in regards to David and him finding a cure. But I just feel like, I know he's looking out for the group, but I feel like he's doing more damage hiding this than telling them. So it's like, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where things go for the next episode, because this was a pretty great episode. It was pretty good to go into the flashbacks, pretty good to see, I guess, developments on Pan, as well as the reunion between father and son, Neil and Rumpel, even though things did go a bit south, but it was still really good, like, especially when they cornered Pan and had him restrained. So, small victory, sadly, since it was ultimately all for naught, since Henry's now back partying with Pan. So that sounds like a show. Partying with Pan. Catch it on ABC. Woo. No, but it was a really great episode, and I'm excited to see what episode 5 has on offer. But yeah, with that said, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!